let's talk a little Team Sweden here. So who's going to be our top line center here for a Swedish roster? Maybe in past years you'd be talking about Mika Zibanejad. Is Leo Carlson earned that right? Is it a Joel Eriksson Ek? Who do we think here to take the honors of top line center for Team Sweden?
I think it probably goes to Elias Pettersson at this point. Like
Okay.
his offensive game has been good. His defensive game has been up there. He's out there. He's blocking shots. He's playing the important minutes. I think you can move him in. Like Sweden is, again, talk about a team stacked down the middle. Sweden is stacked down the middle. They have so many players who can play different parts of it, right? Second, I would probably put someone like Joel Eriksson Ek, just because, again, he does play a ton of minutes. He does play at a top 6 role, for Minnesota. So he deserves it. Third, for me, this is a William Karlsson spot.
That's it. Like third line center. That's his bread
exactly. Like that's the third part. The problem is yes, Leo Carlsson has, the points to back it up and everything. The problem is this is an international tournament, and the guys ahead of him are elite on both ends of the puck right now. And then William Karlsson is going to play those tough minutes, man. He's going to go out there. He's going to do what he's got to do. Like you could intertwine it as you wish. You want William Karlsson to be your front center. It doesn't matter. He's going to go out there and have to play the tough matchups. And then you can give Leo Carlsson that spot in the, line 3, line 4, wherever you want to call it. Leo Carlsson's not going to play a defensive role. You want his offense in that lineup. You want him to be able to go out there and contribute at a high level. He has shown that he can do it in the NHL. Let's see if he can carry it here to the biggest stage.
Carlson on the IR right now, but he's week to week. So again, this tournament's not happening till about 2 months from now. So we assume he'll be back by then. So we're going to throw Leo Carlsson on that fourth line center there behind William Karlsson.
I would.
All right, there we go. Wild Bill Carlson. All right, so we got Leo. Help if I spelled his name right. Yeah, definitely going to be a lot of Scandinavian spell checking here for me today. You've built down the middle here, so let's go on the let's. I would assume we're throwing William Nylander first line right winger. That's much a no.
I would throw William Nylander there. I would probably put somewhere like his left wing. I'd probably put Jesper Bratt there because Nylander can finish. He can finish. Elias Pettersson can do a little bit of both, but Pettersson and Bratt being the facilitators on that line for William Nylander is exactly what the team needs, right? Those are two high-end guys. Pettersson plays on a team where he has to do much because he doesn't have a shooter with him. Jesper Bratt plays next to Jack Hughes, and that works out well for him. So I think that would be fine there. I would surround Joel Eriksson Ek with probably two of the most elite forwards that you can find. So Philip Forsberg on one side, Adrian Kempe on the other. Just like that is like that line you want to go out there, and when you're talking about, Corsi 4 and all that and expected goals for, you want that line to go out there and just hammer away. They are taking shots. They're making life difficult. They're making it good. Probably with William Karlsson, I need some guys to have some defensive play there. So probably a Gabriel Landeskog, right? That's where I want to go with it. I'll throw Mika Zibanejad on that right wing. I think that's like, you got to put him somewhere. Right?
Yes.
You got to get something out of Mika Zibanejad. I don't think he's a centerman. I think, again, these are, Sweden's got a good team. So you're trying to find guys who can play well together. Landeskog is very responsible defensively. Zibanejad can play the role if he has to. No problem there. With Leo Carlsson, I want some kind of fun here. I want Lucas Raymond on one side just seems like a good idea. And maybe they want to bring in somebody who can support that line, a little bit of veteran. I would just have William Eklund on the other side. Just let these kids just run it. Every once in a while, give them a shift and say, hey, put them in the offensive zone if you have to and say, hey, let's go. Right? They can keep up with it. Leo Carlsson has proven he can play defensively. Eklund is, it is what it is. And Lucas Raymond has that offensive touch. I want to see Carlsson and Raymond play on the ice at the same time. That'll be fun.
What I like about that line is you're almost like, okay, this is going to be one of our line 4 right now is going to be line 1 or 2 in the next Olympics. That's what you're trying to do there. Like, if you need to run them out there because you're trailing and you need some offense,
then you know what I mean? Run him out there. That's a line that can play.
And Eklund is one of those guys that does. You can count on him to do what needs to be done on the ring. He's a very responsible player there. And then for my forward extras, I'm going to say Elias Lindholm, Fabian Zetterlund. I think would be two good candidates as your forward extras there. You could
That's
go
fine.
Mikhail Backlund. You could go Marcus Johansson. You could go Victor
That's what I was
Arvidsson.
thinking. They might like, but there's a lot of good veteran presence on that team there. You have a lot of guys who have played for Team Sweden before. So, like, do I have to carry right Backlund? No. Do I think Sweden wants to? Yes. But Elias Lindholm probably comes, yes, as that forward that if they need a little bit more defense, a little bit, a little bit more. I think are they going to dress though 13 forwards, 7 defensemen, and then 2 goalies every night?
I'd have to double check that. I'm not
I don't know if
100%.
they are either. I know the World Juniors does it. I don't know if the Olympics does it as well. Because then you could just leave Lindholm there, and you can, when you have an important face-off in your own zone, you could move Leo Carlson off there, let Lindholm go out with the draw,
I would
and
think
then
players would hate that. 13 forwards, like they.
it sucks. But listen, this is the Olympics. You know what I mean? I'd rather be the 13th forward on the team at the greatest tournament in the world than be on my sofa.
All right, so we'll have Elias Lindholm, and then do we want to say Marcus Johansson, Fabian Zetterlund, or Backlund, or Olofsson for our other forward extra?
I can live with Fabian Zetterlund there. I'm okay with that.
He's a good all-around player. That's the
Absolutely.
thing. He can kind of like, okay, what are you're missing something? All right, he can provide that for you. He can fill whatever role, kind of like we talked about before. Swiss Army life. All right, let's get to the goaltenders here: Jacob Markstrom, Philip Gustafsson, Linus Ullmark. Who are you starting?
It's got to be Philip Gustafsson. It's got to be Philip Gustafsson at this point. He is the most reliable of the three. It's been a challenging season for Markstrom. Let's call it that. It's been even worse for Linus Ullmark. So it's Philip Gustafsson's net. I don't think the other two touch the ice unless it's one of those games against the countries that are maybe not to the same level.
All right, we are just a couple of minutes away from running the board for this Thursday night preview. We got to build the Swedish blue line out first. So I guess we're going to throw Rasmus Dahlin on the top pairing here.
Rasmus Dahlin, Victor Hedman, minute eaters. Those guys go out there. Dahlin has some offense to his game. We know that. He's very good defensively as well. We know what Victor Hedman plays, right? And how they want to go out there and how they want to operate. That is a big boy line. They go out there and things are going to happen when they're on the ice. Here's my second pairing, and I think it's a pretty good. I would have Gustav Forsling and Matthias Ekholm play together. Your typical line that can shut down opponents. They're tough to play against. I picked Ekholm over Rasmus Andersson. I just think Ekholm is just built for that.
They both play left sides. You want to just kind of put them down the left and be done with it?
I would have one switch to the right side. I know you want a lefty to play on the left, the righty to play on the right. I get it. I also want that line though because here's what happens. You have to give Erik Karlsson a spot. I don't want Erik Karlsson to have to go out there and play heavy defensive matchup minutes, right? So in the back of my mind, I was like, well, then you have someone like Erik Karlsson, and then maybe you pair him with someone like Brodin or Rasmus Andersson, and you say, okay, well, you can get away with it kind of thing.
All right, so we know we got to put Karlsson on that third pairing there. Who do you want to skate with them?
I would probably put Rasmus Andersson with him. That's probably the guy I would put with him. There's some offense to his game.
Having a good year in Calgary.
You did. You put Chris Letang. He is Canadian.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about
Close.
Penguins defenseman there.
They're all there. They all look the same. But yes,
Fonzie.
you could if you want. You could put Gustav Forsling and then move Rasmus Andersson up one or Matthias Ekholm down for you can. I just feel like you're penalizing either Ekholm or Gustus or Forsling in some way because they got to play with Karlsson and it's not his defensive game. I'm touting.
Now, who's going to be the extra defenseman here? Jonas Brodin or Hampus Lindholm? I'd go probably.
You'd go Brodin?
I think so. I mean, I guess you could probably use another puck mover with Lindholm. I could see that argument.
Lindholm's pretty good defensively. That's what's my other understanding. He can block shots. with Charlie McAvoy out, Lindholm's come in. He's looked pretty good. Not that Jonas Brodin isn't, but I just feel like the offensive game of the puck moving side of Lindholm's game is something that the Swedes will need.
Oh, there we go. So there's your team, Sweden.